Hey you guys, so I just wanted to tell you guys about my Uber experience yesterday. So I love to meet people. Like, the reason why I do Uber is because, like, I love meeting new people. I feel like it gives me the college experience that, like, I missed out on, that I feel that people that went to college, like, they know how to socialize and things like that. I don't really feel that I necessarily know how to socialize like a normal person. Like, I kind of feel like most times I'm awkward. And so yesterday, and I used to be so scared to like do Lyft, like, and have passengers in my car. So then I started doing it, and now I'm like, I'll do that shit every day. Like, I don't care. And then it's a text, I can't. And then, so like now, like, I'm so used to driving Uber and Lyft with passengers in my car. I didn't think that anything would really scare me anymore, or like make me catch anxiety, because I get anxiety for many things. So, but I lived through it. Like, I don't use anxiety as like an excuse to be like, oh my god, wait. I don't use anxiety as like a thing to be like, oh, like, because I have anxiety, like, I just can't do anything. Like, I'm not like that at all. So, 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? Oh my god, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I was doing Uber, and there was a passenger that requested a ride by the name of Pooh Bear. So I'm like, who the fuck is Pooh Bear? Like, who is this person? I couldn't wait to meet them. So, I get to their destination, and the Pooh Bear is like, I'll be right out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries, take your time. Pooh Bear comes to my car with the gang. Well, it was just Pooh Bear and 2 other people, but I'm not gonna put out any demographics or anything like that because I don't want to seem like any kind of way, but I just didn't feel safe when I realized that one of the 3 passengers had on a ski mask and black sunglasses. And I only realized this because every time anyone gets in my car, whether it's 3 people, 5, or just 1, I always look back and I'm like, hi, like, with a smile, like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, oh, Pooh Bear. Their energy was so much, all 3 of them together. They get in the car and they're like, yo, can you take me to the store right there, like down there, like, if you can. And I'm like, okay, no problem, like, right there, sure, I'll take you. And I'm like, oh my god, like, we get to the red light, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm most definitely not in a safe area, but I'm like, I'm not really afraid of being in unsafe areas. I'm just more precautious, I would say. And I'm like, oh my god, the red light to cross the street to take them to the store that they wanted to go to was taking like 3 years. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna run this light. Like, I don't want to sit in the car with them. Like, I was so nervous. So the boy with the ski mask rolls the window down, and I'm like, oh my god, he's about to start shooting the place up. And he's catcalling somebody's grandma, okay? Like, grandma was just trying to cross the street, and he's literally saying to her, this kid is like, he had to be like, I want to say 12 for a joke, but he had to at least be like maybe 16 or 17, and he's catcalling this woman with the ski mask on and his sunglasses, and he's like, yo, you got a fatty, granny. And I was like, I actually started to crack up, because I'm like, okay, the more that they were like talking, expressing their personalities and things like that, I'm like, they're actually not so bad. But I was just like so confused whether or not I should be laughing and like enjoying their conversation, or being concerned for my safety, because they didn't look like the safest children. And I know that people are crazy, like, and it can happen, like, anyone could be crazy, you know? So I was just shook, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I need to get a camera. But literally, they went to the store, And then the boy with the ski mask on and the girl, Pooh Bear, they went into the store, and the third one stayed in the car, and he was silent, which I prefer. So the kid with the ski mask, they come back to the car, and he actually took his ski mask off. He gets in the car and he's like, yo, it was hot as fuck with the ski mask on in the store and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad that you took it off, because I was getting scared. I wasn't sure. Like, well, in my head, I said that I was glad that he took it off. I didn't tell him that, because I didn't want them to think that, like, I was profiling them or anything like that. Because if anyone of any race got in my car with the ski mask and sunglasses on, I'm gonna be scared. And we had a 12-minute ride. So, literally, the 12-minute ride, like, the speed limit was 25. I was pushing 60. I'm like, let me get these kids out of my car. Oh, my God. I was so scared. So then, 1 minute left of the ride, only 0.5 miles to go, which was the longest fucking 0.5 miles. And I say that because I literally was at a, like, traffic stop or whatever, and the kid rolls the window down again. And this time he's literally calling someone that's sitting on the street corner, okay? I was in a bad area, and I'm like, oh my God, and he's calling this guy towards my car. But luckily, the guy was saying, yo, where you guys headed? And then they were like, oh, we're gonna go down the street to wherever the fuck it was. And then the guy was like, okay, I'll just meet you guys there. I was like, oh my God. Because my front seat was open. And I'm like, imagine. He's like, yo, let me get in the car with you. What? I would have been shitting myself. I would have been like, take the car. So there was that. And then later on throughout my day, like, I'm the kind of Uber driver, Lyft driver that I play whatever the fuck I want to hear. And sometimes, like, if there's children that are young, like, I won't play certain songs. But for the most part, I play, like, everything that I want to hear. And I went to go pick up someone's mom. This woman is Caribbean. I think she was Jamaican, maybe. And so she gets in the car and she's silent. And I have Britney Spears playing, and the song that was playing was I'm a slave for you. And she just kept saying it, and the more she said I'm a slave for you, I'm like, oh, my sis back there probably doesn't understand. Like, she probably thinks something's wrong with me. And the more Britney said I'm a slave for you, the more I started to sweat. And I was like, oh my God. So I checked to see how much longer the song is, because I let Britney play her little song, whatever. But then when I saw that there was still 1 minute and 26 seconds left of the song, I was like, I gotta change it. Oh, God, to change it. Okay? I felt so bad, because, like, I don't know how old she was, but, like, I just feel like to hear I'm a slave for you is, like, a sensitive topic. To me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a slave for you. Yes, Brittany, you got that shit. There was that, and then I'm speeding, and I was told to take my time. I don't know why I like that. But there was that, and then there's this guy, oh my gosh, that I picked up. And, oh, wait. So, after the Jamaican lady, I picked up a passenger named Sarah, and it was her and I guess her boyfriend or something. So, I can tell, like, not a lot of people are familiar with cars, like, having, like, automatic, like, trunk settings and things like that, right? So, no issue there. It's the fact that the gentleman opened my trunk manually to toss the stuff in there. So when I dropped them off, I hurried up and I opened the trunk for him so you can see, like, oh, like, it opens on its own, you know? When he grabbed this stuff out of the trunk, I pressed the button to close it. This guy, like, yanked my trunk down, and then my trunk went boop and hit him, because, like, you can't really try to, like, close it. I guess it confuses the machine or whatever. So he, like, looked at me and started cracking up, and I was dying because I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And he was just laughing. I don't even know if he understood what I asked him, but he was just laughing, and I love that. Like, that was funny to me. And then I had to think about where I was was driving. And then, what else? Okay, so Brandon. So I picked up this passenger and I was on the phone with my friend Sean, and I was telling Sean, or I think Sean was telling me actually, like, that I should get a GoPro. Because I told him, like, I've been thinking, like, I kind of want to record my passengers while we're here because some of them are so fucking funny, like, and it's just missed opportunities, like, memories that I could have gathered, you know? But I'm like, what if they don't fuck with that? Like, what if they cause an issue or something like that, and that's when Brandon gets in the car? And then Sean's like, you should just ask Brandon, like, what he thinks of it. And I was like, I thought Brandon was sexy, baby. He was a chocolate man, and he was tall, dark, and handsome. And he was like, no, you shouldn't give a fuck. He's like, do it. I was like, really? Okay. So, and then, oh my God, after Brandon, the only thing about Brandon is that he's like really cute. But then I was like, wait, I shouldn't be going after guys that don't have cars. And I don't mean to sound any kind of way, because I'm sure there's a few words people could like say about me, but I really don't mean it. I'm just like reminding myself, like, wait, you're literally picking him up and driving him to this location. Like, I can't necessarily date him. Even if it wasn't even into me, first of all, so let me not toot my own horn, hello. But yeah, so then, his dad is there. So then I was thinking, it's hot now. So then I was thinking, should I park over there? Should I just block this driveway? I love blocking driveways. So then I was thinking that, oh, someone's coming. Hold on. So, okay, I'll park over there. So then I was thinking, like, you know, maybe I will invest in a GoPro and whatnot. So then, after Brandon, I went to go pick up, oh my gosh, I went to go pick up a passenger, and it was him and his brother. And I'm not gonna go in details about them because God forbid one day, like, these people see my videos. I don't want anyone to ever be offended. Oh my God, that's such a cute kitten. Yeah, grab that. Oh, it's a little baby. Ugh, I don't even like cats, but that one's cute. But he doesn't even know he's gonna be in my YouTube video one day. So then, yeah, so I picked up this passenger. I'm sweating, I gotta put my AC on. And so it's these two guys, and I picked them up from the Cheesecake Factory. Super nice people. I'm just parking, I'm really trying to focus. Chipotle, I can't. So look at this Dominican mommy walking like her lower back is here. Anyway, so I picked these gentlemen up. I can't wait for this to fucking grow, like, come on. And my AC is off. Like, I've been driving Uber for hours, so I was like tired of the AC. Like, I was freezing cold, so I turned it off in between passengers. And let me see, I wish there was better lighting. So that's cute. So I'm picking up these passengers, and they get in the car. And he's like, can you put the AC up high, please? And I was like, okay, you got it. This is your car. Right? So I put the AC on, and all of a sudden, all of these questions came up out of the clear blue sky. So I mean, but they weren't bad. He he started by asking me, like, where was I driving? Like, what town did I go to and things like that. And I was like, I don't even remember. Like, I just drive. So I told him whatever I did remember, which is like 2 or 3. Mind you, I've been driving for 12 hours. I don't fucking remember where I drove. So unless like I've been to the area before, and like then I will know. But yeah, like I drive everywhere. So I just ended up telling him about my experience driving to Pennsylvania, Woodruff, Pennsylvania, for 3.5 hours with Tony Hawk's Coach. And I was like, oh my god, like as a kid I fucking love Tony Hawk. That's a different story. So I'm literally like driving, and he's just asking like where I was at, where I was driving, and I told him whatever I remember. And then he asked like, oh, so then I asked him, I was like, oh, like, were you guys eating at the Cheesecake Factory? Like, how was it? And I could have sworn that they said yeah. But I say I could have sworn because when I tell you what I tell you, I'm just gonna be confused. Because I could have sworn he said he was eating there. I mean, maybe he did get food, whatever. Because I told them, like, I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory years ago, and, like, I loved it. And then he asked what happened. The truth is, I got fired. I told him that I found another job. Like, I always find a new job. So then I told him that, the truth is that I got fired, and I got fired because of my mouth. But whatever. So, you know, like, and I'm doing fine now. So it's like, whatever. I was glad that I gave that customer some mouth. Anyway, so yeah, he told me that he actually is a busser there. This guy had to be like 55, 60, if that. Him and his brother, they're busters at the Cheesecake Factory. And he said that he literally got there, took an Uber there and everything, for them to tell him that he's too slow, that he can go home. Baby, you gotta get on the drive. So I felt bad when he asked me what I do for work, and I told him everything that I do. I was like, dang. And I was worried about not making it anywhere in life. But then I meet him, and I'm like, wait, you reassured me that I'm on the right track, actually. It's just gonna take some time for me to get where I want to be. Baby, he needs a new job. So, this guy asked me if I have siblings. Now, I do. I have a sister who's 15, and then I have a brother who is, I think he should be 24 years old now. And I told the gentleman that, like, you know, like, I know my sister, but I only met my brother one time, maybe like 12 years ago. So then the guy goes, wait, I'm confused. And then I was like, what is he confused about? So I was like, I met my brother once, 12 years ago. And then, I was like, I made it a point to just be like, you know, like, he's my half brother. I got to, like, make him understand, like, maybe my brother lives with his dad. But he still didn't get it. So then I was like, my sister has her own dad, I have my own dad, my brother has his own dad. And I said, even though they're my half siblings, I still refer to them as my brother and sister. Because, like, I don't really think it sounds pleasing to hear, oh, that's my half brother or my half sister. No, it's your sister, it's your brother, whatever, you know? So I just went in all that detail, hoping that he would understand we just shared the same mother. So, you know, and that, like, he has his own dad, and that's probably why, like, I don't see him, because he lives with his dad, and I only cross paths with the father, like, not even. I never even crossed paths with him. I saw him from the window, my Nana's window, while he was in the parking lot, actually. So we never crossed paths. I don't know what that is like I don't know what his life is like. I don't know if he's okay, like whatever. But I'm like, I only know my sister. And he's like, he goes, so your mother got married 3 times? Why did she do that? I wanted to say my mother's a whore and she was just having sex with different men. But then I was like, obviously, I'm not gonna say that. Especially to my passengers. So inappropriate. So I was like, let's just say my mom was fresh. I should have said my mother was just looking for love. But I was like, yeah, let's just say my mom's fresh. And then he was like, what? So then his brother, I guess, was finally over and was like, he's trying to say that his mother had sex with different men and had a baby with different men. And I was like, oh. Then the guy that was so confused was like, oh, now I get it. Oops, am I blocking the driver? And I was like, now he gets it. I had to say that my mother was fucking different men for him to understand how she could have different children with different men. Yeah, I don't know. It's too much. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So I feel like I definitely need a GoPro. I need to I need to record these moments because I swear everyone is so fucking funny. So I'm gonna finish eating my food now before it gets cold.